Welcome to This Works Marketing, where 3 decades of proven experience has launched products, built brands, and generated profits. These are the stories behind the businesses that have been built. So this is our last Facebook Live for 2018, and we wanted to talk today just about kind of reflect on the year past and the gratitude that we have for the team at Script2Screen and M2, the opportunities we've been had the opportunity to get involved with,
the clients,
and talk a little bit about what's going to happen in 2019. What are the trends that we were seeing in 2018, and how we as a company are moving into 2019 that are helping our clients be successful in this direct-to-consumer business. So I would say that one of the things that was wonderful this year was the quality of clients that we had the opportunity to work with, and the people that we got to work with. I mean,
the diversity of categories, really.
Yeah,
so many different categories.
Like what?
Like from floor care to beauty to fitness to
Entertainment.
housewares, entertainment. I mean, this may have been the biggest variety of projects we've worked on, maybe ever.
Yeah, and the diversity of lengths and where those work.
Formats.
So formats and social and digital and short form and mid form and long form, which is really, really exciting, because that is kind of where, before we start talking into 2019, I think that's kind of where we as a company, our companies, the Script2Screen Group with Script2Screen and M2, are taking our clients, because I think it's obvious that the business world is changing, the economy is changing, and we sat down with one of our clients that we can't mention just a couple of weeks ago, and we're talking about, so why are they getting into the direct-to-consumer business? Why are they getting into the direct response business? The number one reason why was because they need to get their marketing dollars working harder for them. That was a huge thing, and we've heard that over and over and over again, and that's just going to get more and more, I believe, in the future. And that means, okay, so how do you take this direct-to-consumer business and this business model and through direct response, and how do you get those dollars working more efficiently for clients? Because I believe long gone are the days where you just, unless you have hundreds of millions of dollars or tens of millions of dollars you're spending in advertising, that you're going to say, here's my plan, here's my money, tell me how you're going to spend it. It's becoming more and more, at least the people that we're talking to, is that here's our budget, here's what we want to do to develop this business, and then we'll reinvest, because you're going to show us how our dollars are going to be working more and more efficiently for us.
Right, I agree with that. And even though budgets seem to be coming back and business, there's more marketing dollars being spent again, because we did go through kind of a lull.
Right.
The other big thing is it's never been more important for all these clients that we're talking to develop that direct relationship with the client. And so there's
with the customer.
With the customer, yeah.
Why do you say that?
Well, because you have to have a relationship with that customer so that you can retarget them, so that you can keep them buying more of what you sell, so that you know what they want and you can deliver to that client.
Right. And
customer.
And that customer, and that your other forms of distribution aren't the only way that you're making money as a company, because you can't control those other forms of distribution, but you can control your client base. And the other thing that came up was that the brands that we're working with, what was really important is that they have a really strong relationship with their retail partner. That was really, really big.
That hasn't gone away.
No.
That's as important as ever.
And I said this last week, and I want to bring it up again, because there's this myth that retail is like going away or dissipating, and it couldn't be farther from the truth. And matter of fact, in the research that was done by UBS, they were talking about how that it's more businesses or retail condensing, because they talk about we're overmalled, we're overstored in the United States of America, and the ones that are closing are more and more unfortunately, the local businesses and unperforming retail outlets for some
Big
of
box.
for the big boxes, just unperforming, and they're just they're consolidating. And there's, I can't remember exactly the statistic, but I'm gonna say that it was over 90% of all retail sales are still done in brick and, no, excuse me, it was 80. I'm gonna say 87% because 13% was online. That's it.
That's
13%
yeah.
online. Why do I even mention that? Is because building and having the ability to have a good relationship with your retail partner and supporting them is just becoming more and more and more important. That you can do business as a brand, you can still support your retail partners, and you're working together. You're not trying to do something different. You're just trying to get your marketing dollars working harder for you, partnering with your retail partners to work to help it drive traffic and business at their places. And it's become, very much hand in hand working together.
Well, I listened to some interesting comments today where people are saying that we are in a retail renaissance. So what does that mean? Where's retail going? No one thinks it's going away to the extent that I think they were talking about it a few years ago, maybe.
Right.
But what's going to happen? I don't know. It's interesting to me. We talked about this a few weeks ago that online content providers like Facebook are doing pop-up stores.
Right.
That is kind of mind-boggling to me. So
Right.
I'm guessing we can see more of that from those types of
And the Amazon
companies.
stores that are coming up, and then all the
FAO Schwartz that went out of business is now doing pop-up stores, or they had shut their retail division.
Right.
Is now doing pop-ups.
right.
And
I
it's
can't
interesting.
I can't remember the other one. Oh, it was Aaron Brothers. Aaron Brothers are closing their retail outlets and doing in-store
Right.
experiences. So it's a different shift in the business model. So you talked about the clients that we had the opportunity to work with. One of them is, and we're so excited about delivering this in early 2019, but Les Mills. Now Les Mills, as I've learned and we've come to learn, is one of the largest group fitness companies in the world. And once we got the opportunity to really learn about them, what an amazing brand, what amazing people to work with, what an infrastructure they have built, and how they are basically it is a disruption for what they're doing with their class business and creating an online business. And they were in development for a couple of years of their online business. Now it's finally ready to go. And so that's really exciting.
You know what's amazing to me is how little we knew about Les Mills and how little people in the United States know about Les Mills. That was shocking to me because there's such a big brand around the world, yet here in the United States, I really hadn't heard of them.
Yeah, they have over 600 workouts on demand.
Yeah.
110
Everything from
countries.
dance to yoga to lifting to you name it, they have it. And it's fun and exciting with great music and incredible trainers.
Yeah.
It's fun stuff.
And I think that the experience is so different because when you think about on-demand and fitness, you're thinking Men's Health, you're thinking Daily Burn, Jillian Michaels, Beachbody, all those kinds of things. They don't even compare to what Les Mills is doing. So that was very exciting.
And guess what else is exciting?
What?
If you're lucky enough to catch our Les Mills spots after the first of the year, you're going to be able to try it for free. Right?
30
There's
days.
going to be a free offer. So you can get in there, check them out, and my hunch is the offer to continue is going to be so good, you're going to want to stay with Les Mills.
Right. Another great company we got to work with was the Wall Clipper Corporation.
Yes.
That was fantastic. That was being brought into the opportunity to get that business, and then we put together, our team just put together a great presentation, and we won that business. And the people there are fantastic, great product. And it continues throughout the year in our campaign, so that's good.
And guess what?
What?
You have not been clean shaven since we met Wall.
That's right. Maybe that was not a good thing to
No,
not be.
it's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. It's all good.
Circulon, Meyer
Yes,
Corporation.
yes.
Getting into housewares. One of the exciting things about that program was that immediately the company felt a retail impact,
Yes.
which was great for them because they hadn't been feeling that in their advertising and what they've been doing in their promotions for a while. And the direct response put a infused
Yes.
energy into the brand, so
Yes.
that was great.
And one of the things that I like about Circulon, and really our business historically has been that over half of our clients come back to us for additional campaigns and additional work.
Right.
And so we also launched a branded spot for
Farberware.
Circulon with another one of their brands. So
Farberware,
that was
yeah.
a really fun project too. So
Yep.
that's something that we're really proud of, that we work in ongoing ways with our clients on multiple projects.
Yeah, and I think really the gist of it is that, I think that we are seeing big brands, big companies, really looking for new ways for new marketing channels to find new customers, because every business is in the same business: customer acquisition. How do I get more customers to sell my products to, and then how do I continue to sell to them?
Right.
And a direct-to-consumer model is absolutely the perfect way to do it, and they're seeing that. And going back to the other points of dollars working harder, partnering with retailers,
And
the
with
retailers.
all the noise that goes on in the world with
Right.
products, how do I get the customer to know what sets my product apart? And
You
we
have the time in a performance response marketing campaign. You have the time.
you can demonstrate.
You
your
can
difference.
demonstrate. You can educate your customer. All of that.
Mm-hmm.
That is really the beauty of it. And the more you are educating your customer, the more connected you are.
Yep.
The more they're going to do business with you. And then once they start to do business with you, you can continue to do business with them in the future.
Yeah.
So, where do you see? I think we know the answer to this, but share about where do we see direct response and performance marketing kind of moving forward into 2019? We're already seeing it with some. We have several big brands that we can't mention that were huge wins for us and triumphs for us as a company that will be launching into 2019 and to 2020.
And you know what I love? I
What?
just have to interject that all the products we work with, they're products that we want
would
in our
use.
homes.
We
And
would use.
it's always been this way, but it's so much fun when we learn that we're going to be working with somebody new and we're really excited about the product, because we know that you're going to be excited about the product too. So
Yeah.
with just a little more marketing attention, it really opens the consumer's eyes to these products. And I just love it when we get to have these products at our house.
You were talking about the categories. We had a couple entrepreneur businesses.
Yeah, yeah.
One on the East Coast named Smart Tech. Great product. It's a battery, it's a charger, it's an air pump, it's everything. That'll
And
be
how-
launching in 2020.
How many people
2019.
from the company kind of were
Everybody.
saved by this product?
Well,
Or
I know
saved somebody else
I know
with this
two
product?
people in particular, and I know the host of the show. She saved
Yes,
somebody,
yeah.
and
It helped Mick here at our
We've-
office. It's a great product.
it's crazy. It's
Everybody
crazy.
needs one for
It's-
sure.
Absolutely. So, and they're just awesome people to work with. They got a great product, got a great price point. Roxy,
Yes.
a great music entertainment system.
That's something we've enjoyed at home.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep.
Really
and
fun.
they're from England, and we had the opportunity to work with Sheryl Crow, and it was a great campaign. It's doing very well in England. We're going to be making some changes for the United States because they need to. And let's go back to that. Why are they doing direct response? Why are they doing performance marketing? Is because they don't have the dollars that Apple does, that iTunes, that Spotify, that Pandora, all those have that are in their sphere. They have a different experience, but they don't have the dollars, so their dollars have to work harder for them.
Right. It's a
more and more
cost-efficient
and more.
way to get the word out about your product, for
Right.
sure. And we spend so much time talking about big brands, and I would consider these are up-and-coming brands.
right.
But we are still have so much fun working with the entrepreneurs that are launching products.
Right.
So we've
Right.
been in the beauty category this year, and kind of
But
health
you know
and
what? You know what's
wellness.
interesting when it comes to that is that even though the entrepreneur companies have kind of an entrepreneur DNA, I would say from the big brands, Now they have their constraints working for a big company, but they're entrepreneur in their thinking as well as they're really trying to learn this and do something different for the business because it's a mandate from management that we need to create different channels of revenue.
Right.
And that was very specifically a mandate from Hoover, which is iconic floor care company,
Right.
where they've been in direct response here and there, haven't been successful, and they came to us. And one of the things that we did, they were able to help them kind of break through, was, and this is where I want to get into kind of where that push is for 2019, is more multi-channel. Multi-channel of how we can be on television, how we can be in social, how we can be in digital, and how we maneuver through the day with the consumer and what they're seeing, and it's all within one campaign. And that, I believe, is, I know it's happening in 2019 because we're seeing it now in 2018, and it's the push for 2019. So I'd say that was, kind of a quote unquote prediction for 2019, being more and more multi-channel, and the part of the multi-channel aspect of it is you could have all these multi-channel categories working, but you have to have a hub of intelligence or management to know where to pull the levers on what's working, what's there, because some of these big companies, they don't know this business. They don't know the things they need to do and what to do and what not to do. So it's a great opportunity to really teach them, and we learn from them as well to help build that channel. What else?
Well, I don't know. What do you want to talk about? I'll tell you something that I find really interesting, because we keep talking about television is still the big driver and the engine that drives all channels, and we
Right.
know that. But Deandra Simmons, she's a housewife of Dallas, and she has
Why are you watching that?
a beauty. Well, I actually haven't watched it, but
Okay.
I've read about her.
Okay.
So she has a very successful beauty brand and a very successful nutritional brand. And the reason she went on the Housewives of Dallas is to build
Exposure?
and promote and expose her products to the consumers. But she spent a lot of time talking about how with social media and digital, you don't really need to advertise much. Yet she's on television, and I know that her brand would not be what it is today if she was not on television. So
Yeah,
it's interesting.
Yeah, and they say not advertise much. I mean, that
Yeah.
if you are an influencer and you happen to have many followers, yeah, that's one thing. But if you're launching a product, like a very exciting product that we actually did a Kickstarter campaign for, which Fisher Chiropractic, and it's an amazing decompression device
Right.
that we really were there from the get-go. We started a Kickstarter campaign, raised some money, got to the first round of funding. We'll be continuing that into 2019, getting Facebook ads. And why are we doing that? Because a couple things. One is we're building up coffers of cash so we can get into television when we need to do that. This client in particular didn't have that kind of money. But we're also testing messages. And we're able to test those messages and find out how can that gravitate towards television. I think we're starting to learn a lot there. So that's been very
I
exciting.
thought maybe you were going to suggest Jeff should be on a housewife show.
Well, he's a good friend, so I think Jeff should be on a Housewife show. So I know we get on and we in our different Facebook lives and things like, we pound this aspect. And why do we pound it? We pound it because we know it works. We pound it because we know the business economy, the climate is changing, and the world is changing, and how you're reaching customers. But the essence of how you do it and walking people through that process of turning somebody in from a looker to a buyer doesn't change. It's just how you do it and where you do it, and making it all happen at the same time is one of the best ways to get your marketing dollars to work harder for you. And we're just excited about it because companies and brands are seeing it. We are pretty good at it, and we've been successful at it, and we just, at the end of the day, we are a business solution for companies that are looking to increase revenues, increase marketing channels, and do things that are out of the ordinary because the internet is the middleman to everything, and that has disrupted things. So businesses have to think differently because the old channels of distribution are being disrupted. And getting out there in a multi-channel message is the way to do that, is the way to support that.
And I think I said this last week when I was talking with Rick Petrie that
Yeah.
it really has never been a more exciting time to be a marketer because there are so many options and so many ways to meet your consumer. So it's really fun.
Yeah. So anyways, most of all, just a lot of gratitude to the people that we work with, our clients, our teams, all of the freelancers that we use, that are not only friends professionally, but they're friends personally, that just help us continue to have the success we've been blessed to have, and we'll continue it in the new year. And that's the big message: is a big thank you, and just a lot of gratitude to a lot of people.
Yeah, I will just reiterate that we are successful because of the people here and the teams that we've built and the way that we all work together and work with our clients, and we're just really blessed in that way.
Yeah, yeah. So anyways, that's it for 2018. We'll be back in 2019. So everybody have a wonderful holiday season, and we'll be back in a few weeks.